Papa?
Hello, 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 good evening, morning, noon, or night, and welcome to the Ghost stream. Hi guys, hi. How are you? Hi Ghosty, hi Ren, hi Shada, hi Zana, hi Tika, and thank you for the resub, I appreciate it, thank you darling. Howdy, hee-haw, and welcome to the r/AmItheAsshole stream. How have you guys been? How's your week been? How's your past few days been? I hope they've been going really, really well. Good, Ghosty, good. Stays deeply and full of judgment that you're not taking care of yourself, even though I'm a complete hypocrite. Nova, hi, how are you? Welcome. But yes, I've been all right. Working hard. Ooh, there's a Nintendo Direct later today. Ooh, good luck. Are you going to attend that like in person, or is it just kind of like a web stream or something? Though, hey, like, I hope some like sick info comes out of that. Hi Nix, how are you? Welcome. God spiting and slay queening. Respect. Oh, it's a stream at 10 AM your time. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna have a sip of the peppers. Yes, I've had a pretty chill week, mostly just been working. All of the things needed for the great debut. Most everything needed for the debut is complete already now. I'm mostly going through and kind of like I'm at the moment I'm working on the stream panels. I've made my hand angry because I kept working on them when I shouldn't have. So my hand's on timeout at the moment, but I was working on the stream panels. So let's just say I'm very glad this is an Ida stream. Something tells me with how my hand is in timeout at the moment, I was going to be an Ida stream regardless. Hello, Servus. How are you? Welcome. Oh, I'm glad you like my voice. I appreciate the compliment. Because, yes, you first met me when I was in a no mic stream. Honestly, last week, like, my voice was... I don't know why. I just think I just had a sore throat. It was one of those weeks where it's like you try to speak and you just like... Hello, I am Father... Grandfather. Yeah, it wasn't a very Twitch friendly vocal cord, so I went no mic last week. Hi Leslie, how are you? Getting your clown makeup ready. Oh my god. It's like, I know that Tomodachi life is clearly not Tamagotchi. I know Tomodachi means friend. I know that, and yet I still see you say, waiting for Tomodachi Life Switch version, and I immediately think, Tamagotchi on the Switch. Hi Ari the butler. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it, thank you, and welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. But yes, so we have much gas set up for some good juice tonight. English speak well. Believe it or not, English is my first and only language. That's why I'm so bad at it. It's always lovely to have you here, Ren. I hope you've been well, and I hope you haven't been overworking yourself too much. That's cool. Oh my god, though, like, at risk of sounding like a boomer struggling to start a conversation, the weather was so fucking cold today, like, oh my god. Now this is what you guys watch VTubers for. That's right, we're gonna talk about the fucking weather. This is that like that prime VTuber content right here. But fuck me, it was 3 degrees this morning. I was an ice cube. I had to walk. Well, okay, walk. Partially walk. I spent most of it on a tram. But I had to go to work at 3 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that's like in American weather, but in Celsius, that's fucking cold as shit. I could see my breath and I was frozen. You don't understand. I survived in a fucking t-shirt and a shit vest. Like, bro was not prepared. Oh my god. But like, one of the ladies who work in the department behind me. Bless her bitch, she's amazing. She took pity on me and got me a hot chocolate. And it's like, thank you. You're a lifesaver. You're the best. I do hope you don't mind my giggles. Some say it's uncontagious. No, you're sweet. I'm spicy. Like a ginger chicken nugget. Hi, Cookie. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Oh my god. Ruined it? Me? Never. Don't you want a tinge of the ginge? You know what they say. Gingers go white in age. Question everything. It keeps your mind healthy and active. Oh my god, it actually did run. You actually did get the ginger hair gotcha. Well played. Hair color gotcha. Well played. I still need to set up the hair color gotcha actually on my 2.0 model. That is one thing that I did forget to do. Let me write it. Oh shit. Okay. Time to write at the pace of a snail. Because it's like, wait, my right hand is like not allowed to write at the moment. Okay, left hand is always awkward. I am ambidextrous, but like, let's just say my right hand is legible handwriting and my left hand looks like I got a medical degree. Alright. Hair. This is so slow. Alright. Shit. The temptation to just go fuck it and write with my right hand, I swear. Hair. God. Gotcha. In an A. Yeah, that's legible enough, that'll do. Yes, IRL, at risk of breaking the illusion, I have auburn hair. So, like, I die in sunlight. Hi, Phoenix, how are you? Welcome, welcome. It's lovely to see you. I'm good, just attempting to take notes with my left hand, which is slow, but not impossible. Not impossible. It's like, Ah, it's always lovely to see you, regardless, Phoenix. Just think, no matter how long a distance there is between now and the next time or the last time you pop by, it's the fact you popped by at all. That's what's important to me. It's still very lovely to see. How have you been? I hope you've been doing brilliantly. Oh my god, Ren. Oh yes, get yourself some drinks, get yourself some nibbles. Get a blanket if it's winter where you're at. No, in fact, if it's winter where you're at, I think you're going to need more than a blanket at this point. Get a heater or a cat, whatever works. And get yourself something to drink, get yourself something to eat, get ready so I can spill some tea on your lap, son. Oh, dogs are just big cats who can't jump, so same thing. Anyway. You just got engaged. Congratulations, Phoenix. Fuck yeah, that's brilliant. Oh my god. How did it go? How did it go? Was it you or your partner that popped the question? And was it a traditional thing, or did one of you go absolutely apeshit with it? Color me curious. Alright, correct me, Cookie. Doggos can jump, but if you drop a dog, it'll break. If you drop a cat, it'll just spring up like a bouncy thing. Aw, thank you so much for the sub, sir. So really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my god. Enjoy those emotes, and think of it this way as well, dear friend. Those emotes are going to be getting an upgrade in like 3 weeks, so it's a good time. I'm going to be having my 2.0 debut on the 9th? I think it's the 9th. Time is an illusion, and I keep forgetting which one's the Saturday. It's either the 6th or the 9th. The Saturday one. Is it the 6th? Is it the 9th? I don't know, I barely know what day it is today. The 6th or the 9th to next month is the Saturday is when the debut's happening. I am very good at keeping track of time. Anyway, welcome back, Nix. Oh, you're sweet, dear Zeros. Would you like? Is Zeros correct, by the way? Is because like, feel free to correct me if I'm like absolutely butchering your user. Because like I do that sometimes. All right, 6th July. Yes. Well, rest assured, 6th July confirmed. I just like it was just the Saturday, but I couldn't remember which one was the Saturday and which one was definitely not the Saturday. I just knew one of them was definitely the Saturday. But yes, the my 2.0 model is done. And the only reason it was tentative is because I was almost done. Will you be the chicken to my nugget? We can be dinos to get anyway. I'm sorry, I'm corny. Anyway. But yes, so 6th of July confirmed, absolutely, for the 2.0 debut, for those curious. And yes, I look forward to it because, like any artist, I've grown tired of my old work. That's me. No, I'm kidding. I'm quite happy with the new model. It gives me the ability to lean forward, which means I can be worse than I am now, and that's awesome. Hi, Samurai. Oh no, please take care. Pop some ibuprofens, or I'll pop them in a metaphorical pill gun and pop you with some ibuprofens. I'm very threatening. Oh, consider that a challenge accepted, dear Cookie. Oh, that's so freaking cute, Phoenix. Oh my god, I love that. I am so damn happy for you. Oh, I hope you get to have the wedding of your dreams. Or the wedding of your worst enemy's nightmare. Whatever floats your boat. Hi, Cupid Juicy. How are you? Welcome. Alrighty. Now, let us begin the first tale. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter that life isn't high school, and if it was, she'd be the loser now? My daughter is 24, Kelly, and my younger daughter is 23, Sarah. They both had very different high school experiences. Kelly was very social and in different sports. Sarah was very academic and had a small group of friends. Kelly got a sports scholarship for college, but soon dropped out of college after she failed multiple classes. She basically partied and did her sport and nothing else. Sarah went on to finish her degree and is doing well in life. Kelly has a jealousy issue, and I have talked with her before about it. She's never happy when Sarah has an accomplishment. Today, Sarah told us that she's going on a cruise for her vacation this year. Kelly always wanted to go on a cruise and couldn't afford it with her waiter job. In the car, she blew up saying that Sarah was a loser in high school, so it isn't fair that she has all of this now. She went on for a bit when I'd had enough. I told her that life isn't like high school, and if it was, she was the loser now. This started an argument, and she ended up calling me a bitch. Am I the asshole here? Welcome back, dear Nova. Well, regardless of the time that has passed, dear Cupid, it is wonderful to see you again regardless. I am a very old angel. Time is an illusion, trust me. I just appreciate your presence now. That's what matters. I hope you've been well, though, and I hope life has been treating you with lots of delicious nuggets. But yes, in the case of this story, absolutely not the arsehole. I mean, yeah, no, that's like, that's bitch behavior. I'm not gonna lie. Kelly is 100% in the wrong. Like, damn. She really did peak in high school. Hi, Rita, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Ooh, you're welcome to share what you've been working on in the Discord if you'd like. I'll check it out after stream. Let's go, Ghosty. And you're more than welcome. Alright, on to the next one. Oh my god. Honestly, Ghosty is that's like the ultimate, like, the base reaction, like, yeah. And I can say from experience, I mean, not about the peaking in high school. I was also a nerd. In fact, I was worse. I was a weeb. I'm an anime boy now. Haven't changed. But like, you don't have to be immediately successful as soon as you come out of high school. 24 is not that old at the end of the day. You're still in the first quarter of your life. She needs to get over her jealousy issue and focus on herself, and she can just take the slow path. The slow path still leads to the same result. Yeah, you're not going to get your expensive job by your mid-20s, but you might get it by your mid to late 30s. And she needs to stop having a whinge and actually have a go at things. High five, weebs unite! We gotta take pride in who we are. Isekai trash. No, that's a different brand of weeb. Anyway, I can say that because I read predominantly Isekai. Anyway. Look, I never said I had good taste. Exactly, Cupid. Yeah, if they had a good relationship, it's very likely the sister would have brought her along with her. But I'll be honest, if I had a cow for a sibling, I certainly wouldn't pay for their ticket onto a cruise with me. I'd be being trapped alone on a boat with someone I can't stand for a week. That sounds like a nightmare. But if you're besties, hell yes. Welcome to Isekai Manhwa. You can't leave now, you're here forever. To be fair, there's some really good Isekai manhwas out there. Anyway. Am I the arsehole for telling my parent friend that she needs to cook and that is why her daughter isn't eating? My daughter has a best friend since kindergarten. They're in the 7th grade. This year, Sarah has gotten quite thin and her mum has come to see me, saying she isn't eating. My daughter backed this up and said that she picks at her food at school. I thought it was an eating disorder at the time and told my friend to take her to the doctors. My friend needed to leave for a work trip this week and asked me to watch over her. No big deal, she'll stay over for the week. First night I made meatloaf and she ate it. She didn't get sick. Rest of the week, anything I made, she would eat, no issues. She even came back for seconds most meals. At the end of the week, she asked me why my food didn't make her sick. Apparently she only eats TV dinners at home, which make her feel like crap. The school food also sometimes make her sick, so she's cautious about it. My guess is that there's an allergen in preservative foods. She needs to get that checked out. I dropped her off and pulled my friend to the side and told her everything. I told her that she needs to cook and take her to get her allergy checked out. She was not happy I said this and basically called me a jerk for overstepping. Am I the asshole? And should I apologize? Bitch, you asked! What? Bro! She asked! My daughter's not eating. What can I do about it? You need to cook. She has an allergy. Fuck you, you overstepped. Huh? You asked? Fuck did you expect? Bro! Come on! That's the equivalent of, like, going to a restaurant with someone, asking multiple times, you know, like, oh, would you like to get something? Are you hungry? Would you like to get something? Are you hungry? No, I'm fine. I'll just have a drink. I'm fine. And then they try and pinch your chips. And you're like, I asked you 5 times, were you hungry? Do you want any chips? You said no, and now that I have chips, your fingers are getting all in on them. My ass. At this point, we're past the point of no return. No, this is worse. But oh my god, come on. I will never understand. Come on, like, what did you expect? Yep. Okay, Nix, that is hilarious. Well, I guess your teacher won't be taking her sister on any cruises. Alrighty. Am I the arsehole for telling my kinda daughter-in-law she isn't giving birth to Jesus, and if she doesn't clean, then she can get out of my house? Okay, that title alone is hilarious. Oh my god. My son and his girlfriend have been dating since college. They graduated last year and are 22 and 23. They used to have an apartment together, but soon found out that she was pregnant. I was not happy when they informed me. I knew they couldn't afford it, but they wanted to keep the baby. They're also doing a shotgun wedding soon. Soon after, they asked to move into my home. It's a large home with plenty of space. They wanted to save money for the baby. I made it clear they will need to do chores and buy their own food. They agreed. They're so messy. I have talked to both of them before and they just keep telling me they'll do better. My son's been traveling for a job and it became clear that she's the one being a mess. In short, she's a slob. She leaves dishes out constantly, her stuff is all over the house, her bathroom is gross. I have talked to her over and over again. I have talked to my son and he has talked to her. She is 8 months pregnant and her excuse is she cannot clean. Well, she hasn't been cleaning since she moved in 6 months ago. I came home with groceries and tripped over her shoes. I had enough. I told her that she isn't giving birth to Jesus, and if she doesn't clean, then she can get out of my house. She started to cry, and my son is pissed at me. I reminded him that I'm doing them a huge favor, and doubled down on the cleaning. Am I the asshole? I mean, technically she's not wrong. Yeah, I kind of want to say not the asshole. I mean, come on. The entire agreement was you can live here if you do chores. And then she's been not doing any chores. Like, yeah, I don't know what were you expecting. Like, that tends to get on people's nerves eventually, you know? Like, come on, like, of course I do not understand pregnancy in a I have obviously never experienced it kind of sense. However, I'm pretty sure pregnancy doesn't stop you from being able to make sure your shoes are not in the middle of the hallway. Like, I'm pretty sure someone who's like 8+ months pregnant can kick their shoes to the side of the hallway at the very least. Like, obviously, like, you're physically, like, less capable than someone who isn't pregnant at that point. Yes, fair. There are obviously going to be things that you can't do when you are that deep into a pregnancy. But you can also, like, not make trip hazards, though. And, like, stuff like that. Like, there comes a point when it's like, that's not your baby, mate. That's you. That's a you problem. Like, you can't bend over. Fair enough. You've got feet. Move it with your feet. Move the shoes out of the hall. It's literally causing injuries at this point. Like, come on. Oh my god. Like, yeah, well, yeah, there we go next. Like, it's absolutely possible. Oh, there we go. So it's very much like, that's just being a slob, and like, I wouldn't be too surprised. Just, oh god, like, maybe there was another reason they desperately needed to live with the parents, let's put it this way. Like, maybe the landlord got fed up with them too, because, oh, I have lived with people like that in the past, and it is a nightmare. The worst part is they'll always say to you, no, I'll do it. I'm sorry. They'll make a million excuses. They'll promise you to hell and back they will definitely do it. And then a week later, you were losing your mind and having a conniption washing the dishes yourself. Am I the arsehole for refusing to ask my partner if he'll drive my friend to work when I go on maternity leave? I'm currently 7 months pregnant, and I give my friend a ride to work. I've been doing this the last year because they lived 3 minutes away from me when I was in my old apartment, and I continued to do the favour when I moved in with my partner. I'm going on maternity leave next month, and my friend has no idea how she's going to get to and from work. She's been trying to figure it out since I found out I was pregnant, but she can't drive. There are no driving schools nearby, the closest one is 2 hours away, and they have no family to help them. I said I wish I could help more, but giving her rides while I'm on maternity leave, but driving with a newborn at 6 AM just isn't happening. Today she suggested I asked my partner, as in my baby's father, if he would drive her instead. And I said, no, I'm not asking. We have to be at work at 6:30 and my partner has to be at work at 7:30, and we live 10 to 15 minutes from my friend, and our job is 20 minutes away from his job, and I am not making my partner wake up earlier than he normally does to get ready to work. Like, and drive my friend to work because she can't find a ride. She made a joke saying that he should, because it's his fault I have to go out of work because he got me pregnant, and as a friend she'd appreciate the favor. I said I wish we could help, but I'm not asking him. She's upset with me because I won't even ask, but I already know my partner will say yes because he's a people pleaser. He has people pleaser tendencies, so I'm making the decision for him. Then she brought up how she wouldn't have taken the job that I helped her get if she knew we wouldn't be able to carpool anymore. She figured it out when I couldn't give her rides due to illness or appointments, but now I feel like she's trying to guilt me and keeps insisting I just ask and won't drop it. Am I the arsehole? No. No. Absolutely not. She is absolutely trying to take advantage of you. In fact, she clearly has been. Bro, like... The funny thing about jobs is you tend to get money when you go to jobs. That's the whole point. So, she could use this money to get to job. Like the rest of us have to. She's really lucky her friend was clearly willing to carpool her for free, despite clearly going out of her way to do that. And it's like, clearly she's taking this as like a right instead of a privilege. Like, and the other thing as well is on top of all of that, like OP is 7 months pregnant, 7 months. This bitch had 7 months to come up with a solution to the carpooling problem. And their solution, 7 months into the pregnancy, when she's about to take maternity leave, was to go, hey, can you get your husband to drive me instead? You had 7 months. If you knew for a damn fact you could not do this job without a carpool, 7 months is enough time to find another job. 7 months is enough time to find another job when you already have a job. Because the job market is stupid and is far friendlier to people who already have a job than those who actually, you know, need a job. She could get a bicycle. She could leave earlier and fucking walk. She's got legs. Toddle on, she could walk to a bus stop. Buses are quite common. Like, there you go, Phoenix, yeah. Like, I'd say I probably live about a similar distance from my own workplace. Worst case, if all the trams and shit were down, I'd walk. Wouldn't want to, but I would. I wouldn't give my coworker hell for not giving me free lifts, for daring to have the audacity of having a child and starting a family. Fuck you, what about my lifts? Oh my god, like... people, am I right? You love them, but dear lord, some of them. Yeah. Exactly, Hubert. Yeah, she hasn't had the baby yet, and clearly her suggestion was, oh, carpool me after you have the baby, and it's like, I've never had a baby, so correct me. To my dearest parents here in chat, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. However, I'm quite distinctly under the impression newborn baby doesn't equal good sleep and tends to require both parents to be present as often as possible. Because baby go wah at 2 AM in the morning, and if he's got to get up at like 5:30, 6:30 to get ready, probably more likely 5:30 or earlier, and he has had a terrible sleep. Like, yeah, he's not gonna get up even earlier to take this entitled lady to work who's probably not even gonna pay for petrol. Like, he's probably been up all night with the baby because parents, you know, at least good parents, tend to pass it amongst each other, like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. And it's like, regardless of whose turn it is, you both get woken up when you heard a wah. Like, it's not selective. Like, come on. Just, oh my god, like, that is such a, like, what about me? It isn't fair. Oh my god. Exactly, yeah, exactly, Phoenix. Like, some people, man. Some people. Am I the arsehole for not inviting someone for dinner because she made a big deal out of how she doesn't eat at the homes of people who have cats? Get fucked, lady. I'm sorry, I have cats. A while back, I posted a picture to my Instagram stories of my cat sitting next to my counter as I was cooking. On his own stool. He was watching. Again, he was next to my counter. Not anywhere near the food. He doesn't go on counters. He doesn't go near the food. My friend, Rose, reposted it with her own caption, a puke face emoji and you can't eat at everybody's house. I ignored it and went about my business. She's very much the type of person who just regurgitates whatever popular phrases she sees on social media. Pineapple and pizza equals monsters. Raisins and cookies are why I have trust issues. I don't trust people who don't like dogs. Hot girl walks. Hot girl books. Delulu, I'm gonna hold your hand while I tell you this. Is the ex in the room with us right now? Etc, etc, etc. She has other traits that make up for it, but truthfully I do tend to avoid one-on-one time with her. About a month ago, I hosted a small get-together to show off some Le Corsets cookware I obtained. Getting older is weird. I had a whole little shindig with home-prepared food, lots of fun between pals, and I didn't invite Rose. She found out after folks posted on their Instagram stories and confronted me over it, saying that I was giving high school mean girl vibes. I told her that she has made it clear she doesn't eat at the homes of people who have cats, so why would I have invited her to a dinner party? She got defensive and said that she could have just come and not eaten anything. I said that in future, maybe she should be more careful about what she says, because to me it was very clear. Rose has continued to tell people I'm giving high school mean girl to nurse pipeline. I'm an accountant. Vibes and all that. Am I really the asshole for not inviting her? Why would she have wanted to come? Bro, you literally said you didn't eat at houses with cat. What? Huh? Dude. The fuck did you expect? And also, to nurse? Nurses are in short supply in every single country. Nurses are great, actually. So, like, is that even an insult? I mean, it's wrong. OP's an accountant, which is very much not a nurse. But, like, even your insults are shit? Like, come on. Hi, Sherby. Hi, Sean. How are you guys? Welcome, welcome. But, yeah, like, come on. Hi, Nanavi. Yeah, I'll be definitely not the arsehole. Oh my dear lord, just that's so dumb. I swear, the amount of people on, like, the amount of posts at the moment that are, like, dedicated specifically to people who, like, say one thing and then have the thing they said on it and then they get shitty about it. It's all like, I don't like crossing the street. Alright, you stay here. I'll cross the street then. What do you mean you're not crossing the street with me? You just said you don't like crossing the street. What the fuck are you on about? That's the vibe of half of these posts. Just like, huh? Nani? Hi, lol boys, 1983. Thank you for the follow. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. And welcome to the Uncanny Valley. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm well, thank you for asking, I appreciate it. And hi, Obscure Chemical, welcome, welcome. It's lovely to meet you, how are you? Honestly, Phoenix, same. I mean, I have 2 cats, they don't tend to watch me cook because I don't really cook. But you know, if I did cook, they wouldn't bother to watch me cook. So, oh my god. My cats are well, thank you for asking. They are both camped around the heater because it's cold and I'm in Melbourne. Thank you for the hydrate, dear Phoenix. I truly appreciate it, darling. Thank you. Oh my god, Shara, I love that. Give me all of the love. Though in the realm of cooking, though, it's technically baking, which is like the area I am not bad at. I'm just shit at cooking. I don't know why my brain has decided cooking, mwah, mwah. Baking, fuck yeah. Because it's like...
News just in. I've just received a memo from your cats that you should cook for them.
But yeah, like, but like, over the weekend, I made bread. I made handmade bread. And by that I mean I got one of those like make bread flour bags, and then I punched it until it turned into bread. And I stuffed it full of herbs, and by that I mean I put a shit ton of rosemary and oreganos in it, and it's nice bread. And then I platted the bread because the bread had to be gorgeous. I'm sorry, I wasn't just gonna make a circle or like a loaf. Blah. I wanted pretty bread, so I platted it. It's good bread. It doesn't count. Look, Nanavi, it seems like if it's baking, my brain is like, fuck yeah. Like, I can bake pretty well, honestly. I'd say I'm a decent baker. I'm just a really, really, really shit cook. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, 𝐄𝐕𝐓, that would be death. Oh my god. Oh, sure, just for you, I'll save you a little bit of the bread. But just saying, like, bread filled with, like, rosemary and oregano, and, like, and then heat it up a little bit so it's warm. Ideally fresh bread. But if you can't have fresh bread, then reheat the bread in the microwave. And then sprinkle it with garlic salt. You don't need butter or anything like that. And I say that just because I didn't have butter and I went, well, fuck it, don't need butter anyway. I can use the power of gravity to keep the salt on my bread. Cover it in garlic salt and then eat it. And it's yummy. And just eat the bread. Look. How do you explode hot chocolate? I mean, I've destroyed popcorn, so granted this is a pot meets kettle situation, but how do you blow up hot chocolate? You're gonna get sandwich bread. Oh my god, no. Raw reality isekai. I've read so many isekais, I've become the isekai. That's right, baby. British man isekai'd into Australia and can't no, British man is transported into another world, brackets Australia, end brackets, except he can't handle the heat. Chapter 1, Tinge of the Ginge, Part 1. Ooh. Okay, alright, Ren, that sounds really good. Oh no! Your dad liked him too much, how rude! Oh my god. Honestly, I'm half convinced the reason baking yay and cooking nay is because baking always comes with some kind of snacky. Even if it's bread, bread can be snacky. Whereas cooking is like, meh. Savory slop. Granted, this is from my very biased opinion of tasting my own food. But, savory slop. Hi, Az. How you doing? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. They just like broke physics just to be that bad. You know what, Phoenix? Marry that bitch. That's a match made in heaven. Y'all got all of the areas covered. Ooh, spill the tea, spill the tea. Oh my god, Tika, that would be amazing. VR dinner party, let's go. I'll somehow find a burnt 3D model. Oh my god. It's like... in the realm of like just VR chat and stuff like that, I don't have a VR headset, but I am tempted, with my debut coming next month, to maybe make like the goal of the Subadona whatever-thon a VR headset, because I think that would be awesome and it would be really cool. Because you fucking bet if I get a VR headset, I'm gonna figure out how the fuck to VR chat. I mean, watch me get stuck in a wall or something. I'll figure out how to fuck it up. But like, so I don't know, whatever that needs to be the title. Perfect. Look, you can argue it's all like the same shit. Oh my god, Phoenix, good luck. Run, save your house. I believe in you. I just pull a Genshin and glitch into the ground. Oh no, Jenny. Oh yeah. Rest assured, Asta, my dream, in the realm of VR specifically, one day I want to get full body tracking so that you can witness just how bad of a dancer I really am. I will do a concert and I will shake my ass like Taylor Swift. But worse. Yeah, you can see how much I talk with my hands as well, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. We can have a dance party, let's go. And it's like, I do actually have a Vroid model that that's like, it's like I can convert it to make it ready for VR chat. So I got the basics. Oh my god. Welcome back. Is your house intact? No explosions, no burns, no damage. Oh my god, Shelly, fuck yeah. Ooh, hell yes. Oh my god. Do know, my darling friends, that when I'm awkward and I don't know what to say, I will probably just attempt to VR touch your face and then just run away giggling because my brain just went, oh shit, I don't know what words are. I set fire to the rain, watch it burn as I set you free. Runs away. Look, Ghosty, if I get full body tracking one day, I can promise you I will try to twerk. I never said I would succeed. Oh yes, that's right, I've got idol energy. Oh my god. You know what, Phoenix, at least his heart was in the right place. Oh my god, Ghosty. Yeah. Ah. Oh, fuck yeah, Az. I am so glad that Karma's finally getting this motherfucker. Ah, that would be so cool, Cam. Honestly, I wish like haptic suits for like VR shit was like in the realm of like not being filthy rich. Like You could pay a couple of $100 and like have a mocap suit that actually works in VR. That would be sick as. Absolutely not gonna happen for like a couple decades at least. But a bitch can dream. AKA, if I ever got rich one day, I would absolutely spend my money on stupid shit like that. That's probably why the gods are like, nah, you can't be trusted. I kid, of course, of course. I'm about to speak wrong in this conversation. Is he going to sprinkle the popcorn on top for extra flavour? Oh, gotcha, Cupid. And take care of your teeth. You might get dentisted, and that is a terrible fate. I won't tell anyone I won the lottery, but there'd be signs. Yeah, there'd be signs. Ooh, art book. Oh, I love that. Ooh, thank you for the pasta take, dear Sean. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I'd spoil the shit out of my cats if I could. I mean, I already do. To an extent. They're little shits. I can't spoil them too much. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Oh my god. Spill the tea, spill the tea. Oh my god, Kathy. Oh, love you too, darling Sean. Mwah. Beautiful bastard you are. Sends all the hugs and kisses. And a knob waffle. Anyway. I love Phoenix. But what if it was burnt popcorn tasting like love? That's love flavored popcorn. Mwah. Look, all you need to do is look up my Kiki on Google, and you will know what I mean. Anyway, on to the next tale. Am I the arsehole for taking all of the clothes in my size off of the rack so resellers couldn't grab everything before I looked? Last week I had time and stopped into a thrift, and they were just putting out stuff from their truck. I'm never so lucky to be there when that happens. The shops are always very picked over with just Old Navy or Target clothes whenever I can go, so I was happy I might find something. I started browsing normally and was finding some good stuff for once. And then I saw a group of 3 women come in. One had a little computer for scanning books. The other 2 had iPads or something. I seemed to check resale prices. Either way, they were clearly resellers and started grabbing stuff after checking the label. I felt a sense of dread because I wouldn't be fast enough to check, so I just swooped everything off the rack and into my cart, my size. When the 2 got to me, they started staring. I said, "What?" And one was like, "Oh, we'd like to be able to see what's on the rack too." I said that they could as soon as I was done. She scoffed at me and said, "Oh, that's rude. We'd like a chance to shop these clothes too." I just ignored her and started looking at things one by one, taking my time and then putting them right back on the rack. The women were getting mad and snatching things basically out of my hand. I held up a nice top and one of them tried grabbing it out of my hand, and I said, "Excuse you," and turned my back to her. They got all pissy and stomped away to get a worker. The worker came over and asked what was going on. I said I was looking at the items from the rack, same as anyone else. They said I was hoarding everything, so they couldn't get a chance to look. The worker said that I wasn't doing anything wrong, and then said to me, "Thank you for putting everything back when you're done." I finished what I was doing, with the women breathing down my neck, and took my clothes to go try on. One of them kept following me and asked me what the fuck my problem was, why I was being such a bitch, etc. And I said, "Sorry that you're having a bad day, but it's not really my problem. Am I the arsehole? I just wanted a chance to be able to find nice clothes for once. From my point of view, I didn't do anything different than people who fill out their carts and go try on everything. Plus, I didn't even take all of the good clothes to begin with." Not the asshole. In fact, fucking boss. Oh, like... I can't stand specifically those kinds of resellers. Like, they are 100% the kind... Like, that... Even though it is an op shop, a thrift store... The cheap scalper vibes are so strong. Like, the way they behave, the way they're coming in with their little books and they're taking everything of minor value. And the way they're being absolute cockwallets to this girl, clearly just wanting to buy a shirt or some shit. Like... I mean, bro, if you want to be a scalper, this is a strange place to start. Like, you're in an op shop. Fuck off and be patient. And she'd be well within her right to just buy everything on the rack and flip you a bird and walk out, because fuck you. Like, who does that? Like, come on, like, that's not the only rack in the store. Did these 3 vultures just have to hover around this one person because they were just being tarts? Like, what the hell? Like, look at other racks, like normal people. If a rack is clearly being occupied, you don't go and just breathe on the neck of the person who's looking at shit. You look at a different rack until they're gone. That's how it works. It's called not being a dick. Come on. Hi, Siley. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Block of Cheese. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, legit hire. Like, come on. And welcome home, ghosting. Hard not the arsehole. Oh my god, just trash behavior. Fuck you. I would be so mad if someone did that to me. I would be so mad. I would, yeah, I'd be like, you know, do you mind? If they pulled that Karen ass shit and like brought someone over to me while I was looking at shit, like I'll admit I would probably turn to the service worker and be like, can you, like, thank you, for coming over. I'd be nice about it, of course. That's not the service worker's fault. Poor person was just making minimum wage. But I'd basically be like, hey, these 3 are harassing me. Can you ask them to fuck off? But like nicer. I'd definitely point out that they're being... That's harassment. That is harassment. Come on. Fuck off. Goddamn mayflies. Oh my god, hi. That right there. Mwah. C'est magnifique. The petty in my soul is chef kissing to the gods at the moment. The stories are going well. So many entitled motherfuckers tonight. That seems to be tonight's theme. Alright. On to the next one. Am I the asshole for taking away my brother's +1 and inviting his girlfriend myself? What? I kind of know I'm the arsehole, but I need to know how bad it was. My brother's 29 and he's been with Leah for about 2 years. We all like her. She's super nice. I'm getting married next April and sent an invite to my brother's apartment. We decided to send invites to households and not individuals. For example, our aunt received an invite for her family and not for each individual. Last Thursday, we met at my parents' place. It was just the core family because of some tax reasons. Lol. While there, I asked my brother about Leah's dietary restrictions. I know that she's a vegetarian for health reasons and that she can't have certain raw vegetables. He said that she wasn't going to come and that he was taking his girl best friend, Amanda, instead. Now, their relationship is weird as fuck. Amanda has always been stringing my brother along, in my opinion. He always denies having feelings for her, but let's be real here. Amanda would date other guys, love my brother, and then when things were on the decline with her partners, she'd be attached to him again. Her last boyfriend broke up with her right around the time that my brother, his then ex-girlfriend, Amanda, and her ex were supposed to travel to Spain. What did my idiot brother do? go with Amanda alone because Amanda was uncomfortable with his ex-girlfriend. Obviously, he acted blindsided when his girlfriend broke up with him. I didn't even say anything anymore because it's all so weird. So when he said that, I asked if Leah had already had other plans. But my brother said that Amanda had asked if she could come because it would be an opportunity to finally see the old gang. We were in the same friend group in high school. I told him that I would have invited Amanda if I wanted her there. Amanda is mean and cold. She always makes disparaging comments about other girls. At every event, around 1 hour in, she will make some sort of scene that either has her running away crying or sitting mad at a table telling everyone to leave her alone and then make a cryptic comment about something hurting her. I told my brother I was revoking his +1 and Amanda was not coming to our wedding. He accused me of being misogynistic and bigoted because I don't understand opposite-sex friendships. Which is bullshit. My husband has a female childhood friend who's his best woman. I love her too, and she's been amazing. And she respects fucking boundaries. She always includes me and made a huge effort when I started dating my fiance to integrate me into the friend group. Anyway, I said my decision was final. He could take it or leave it, but I would be inviting Leah myself because I like her. He screamed at me and told me to keep out of his business. I said to get rid of his weird fucking feelings for Amanda. He's mad at me. My dad said it's none of our deal. My mum's furious with my brother. So, am I the arsehole? Edit, to answer some questions. The invite was addressed to the Smiths. Funnily enough, Leah has the same last name as us. Granted, we have one of the most common last names though. Yes, they live together. And the tax thing is nothing huge. My parents have a small business, but are really bad at keeping track of all their receipts. So every month we go and help them. We digitize all the receipts and put them in a bookkeeping software for the accountant. Oh, and Amanda's in the comments somewhere. Say hi. That's a sprinkle on top. Oh. Okay, I want to see. Where is she? Is she in the comments? Is she for real? For real? Wait. Alright. Where are we? Alright, OP. Alright. Oh, damn. Alright. I can't identify which one is Amanda, but apparently the woman in question is actually reading this shit. Lamau. Oh my god. But yeah, obviously not the arsehole. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like, for one, it wasn't a +1. It was a household invite, so it's really fucking rude of the brother to do that. And for another, like, dude, if he really wanted Amanda to come, maybe he should have just asked instead of denying his current girlfriend an invite because he wanted to bring his hopefully maybe one day side chick. To put it bluntly, there is a huge difference between having an opposite sex friend and an opposite sex friend who you secretly kind of maybe very much hope is not going to be that in the future. His behavior is fucked. Yeah, like, nah. Honestly, I feel bad for his partner. Yep. Oh god. Honestly though, like, it is very funny that she's actually reading this shit. But yeah, like, bro, that's, come on. Such shitty behavior, like, nah, absolutely not the arsehole. I feel bad for his girlfriend, especially because she's really well liked. And you know what? Yeah, exactly, Haya. It's like, how dare you invite my girlfriend when I want to bring my girl best friend? And you kind of want to turn around and go like, interesting. that you don't want your girlfriend to be there when your supposedly completely platonic girl best friend is there instead. It's almost like you have something to hide. Because if you had nothing to hide, you wouldn't have a problem. Would you? She's too good for him, and by that I mean the girlfriend's too good for him. She should stay besties with OP and tell him to sit on an unlubed nut and twist. Absolutely not the arsehole. So mean though, honestly. Welcome back. Also, hi Nova, how are you? Alrighty. Am I the arsehole for following through with my late wife's wishes? I, 49 male, was married to my wife for 20 years. I lost her in a car accident 8 years ago. We had 2 beautiful daughters together. Maeve, who's 18 now, 10 when her mother passed, and Alex, 16 now, but 8 when her mother passed. I'm very close with my daughters, but they were both definitely mama's girls. My wife was a magnetic woman. She was beautiful, intelligent, kind, and people were drawn to her. An important thing to know about my wife is that she had a passion for writing. She was unfortunately in a profession where she didn't write so much, but she did a lot in her own time. One of her favourite things was to write letters. She wanted people to know that she cared about them. After she had each of my daughters, she wrote them a letter. She wrote each within days after their births and wanted to give them away on their graduation days. She put them in a firebox in our basement to avoid losing or forgetting about them. She wrote the letters with the intention of giving them to our daughters herself 18 years later as a sort of time capsule type of thing. Both letters contain mostly words of wisdom and information about what was going on when they were born. Maeve graduated from high school today, and I went to her room with the letter tonight. I let her cry on my shoulder as she read it, and at first she seemed happy to have something directly from her mother. However, after she read it, she turned to me looking surprisingly angry. She asked why I'd waited so long to give it to her. She had so many rough moments and heartbreak in the last 8 years where all she wanted was her mother's wisdom, and I withheld the letter. I told her that I was just doing what her mother had said she'd wanted, and Maeve shot back that her mother also hadn't planned on being in the accident. Alex heard the shouting and came into the room, and Maeve told her about the letter. Now they're both upset and don't want to talk to me. I feel awful about this whole situation. I was raised by my single mother after my dad took off, so on one hand, I've always wanted to be the best father I can, and I feel terrible I withheld something that would have brought them comfort, but on the other, my wife had very specific instructions about her intentions with the letters, and I wanted to follow through with that. Now I'm very confused, and I just want to know, am I the arsehole? No, I don't think he's the arsehole here. Like, heartbreaking, absolutely. And you can understand why the kids are upset. Of course you can. But if you think about it, this is the last thing, the last task he has from his wife. This is the last, I guess, mission she gave him, though unintentional. If he were to give in now and give the second kid the thing now, he'd be invalidating her wishes, and also, he would also be forced to, that would be it. And it's kind of like, for as long as he has this mission, it's almost like there's a part of her with him, probably. I mean, of course I'm speculating, but things like that, like if someone passes and they've like given you a task, and you know, you've got specific instructions for the task, it's kind of like, it's kind of like your final, it's respect. It's that final bit of respect, like, yeah, exactly that, yeah, like if he didn't, yeah, exactly. Like, it's meaningful because he respected her intent, and the kids are young, 18, 16, they're young kids, and I don't think they'll really realize how important this is for a while. Maybe mid-20s, maybe late 20s. Who knows? But eventually, eventually those kids, when they have, like, when they've matured enough to have a real conversation about it with their dad, they'll really, like, realize exactly why he did what he did. That they'll be ready to listen to him. They'll be ready to hear him out. And understandably, all things considered, it is very understandable why they're not ready immediately. Of course not. But just as you could argue, just as it's unfair for them to have an heirloom held back from them, from their perspective, it's also unfair to demand he break the last promise he has with his past wife. Because between the two of them, he's the one who made the promise. And I don't know, like, I can't speak for other people, of course I can't. But if it were me, I would honestly feel like I was spitting on their grave by breaking their word at the slightest bit of a tremble. But yeah, I completely agree, Shai. Yeah, that accident line was completely, like, that was out of pocket. Like, that was very unfair. Like, teenagers are dicks. But that was quite unfair. Yeah. Yeah, Ghosty, yeah, it's like, it's a band-aid solution of a phrase, but they really will understand with time, and it's one of those things where the letter holds a lot more meaning at graduation than just random point when 16. Because it's like, at graduation, it is like this is a letter from your mum to start your adult life. Instead of, this is a letter from your mum to start your second semester of junior year. Alright, what's it say? Don't get expelled? Like, yeah, like, you can make jokes about it, of course, but like, yeah, it's a sticky one, but absolutely not the arsehole. And all I can hope is those kids one day do actually look back and, in retrospect, understand why he's doing what he's doing. Exactly, Novi. Yeah, it's like, I'd say that this is one of those cases where if he gives in now and he gives the other kid the letter now, what's going to happen is, in the future, he's going to be hit with either, it's not fair, you made me wait until I was 18, but you gave hers just because she pushed when she was 16. That's not fair. Or B, why didn't you respect mum's wishes? You didn't really love mum. Like, it would be far worse for him to crack than for him not to crack. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Hey. Yeah, Twitch is really shitty at giving live notifications. Like, honestly, it's why I post them in the Discord. Like, in the Discord, if you give yourself the role Twitch, then that way you'll get pinged. Because I've very much well past that point of like, nope, I do not trust Twitch. Also, forgive the delay. I'm so sorry. I was fucking yammering. Thank you for the follow. Kudo XOXXO. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't forget. It was just rambling. But yeah, I ping myself for a reason. Twitch is so unreliable. The amount of times I've had people like come in like right when I'm ending stream and be like, oh, I just got a notification now that you're live, and it's like, about that. Bye. Alrighty. Am I the asshole for not letting my family stay at my apartment because they can't respect my girlfriend's needs? My 22 male girlfriend of 3 years, 21 female, has severe PTSD. She's been in therapy for years and has really improved over the past few years. But the one thing that hasn't improved is that nights are hard for her and she needs very specific things to be able to fall asleep. She needs every window in the apartment to be closed and locked. Our bedroom door has to be locked. She checks the entire apartment 1 to 2 times before going to sleep to make sure everything is how she needs it. The light has to be on, and she needs a fan and a heated blanket. From there can't be any loud noises. We don't have anything on the bed or where it can be expected to accidentally make noise, and we have sound dampening curtains outside our window because if there's any loud noise she'll wake up and I'll have to check the apartment, closets and everything and convince her that she's safe and can go back to bed. Even with all of this, she still has nights where she wakes up screaming or has nightmares so bad that she vomits. We stayed with my family a few months ago and it was horrible. I explained all of this to my mum and she assured me the doors and windows have locks. They can keep the windows closed at night while she's there. They'll make sure there's no loud noises at night and they have a fan she can use. It was horrible. None of the doors or windows locked. There was no fan. My sister was not quiet at night. And they complained about the light so much that we turned it off. We stayed there for 2 nights and she didn't sleep at all for either of those nights, then had rough days because she wasn't sleeping. On the 3rd day, I ended up spending almost $1,000 on an Airbnb just so she could sleep. They said I was being ridiculous and that she was exaggerating because there's no way she stayed up for 2 nights. The rest of the visit went okay since she was able to sleep, but they kept making comments about how ridiculous we were being for getting an Airbnb. Now they want to visit our city and stay in our apartment, but I said no because when we stayed with them, it was a shit show and I can't throw her off in her own home. They think we're being dramatic and that as if it's that big of a deal, she can stay with her sister while they're here. Our apartment is on her sister's property. Her sister built it specifically so she would be able to move out while still having someone right there when she needs help. But I refuse to kick her out so they can stay. Now they're calling us ungrateful and saying my girlfriend hates them and I'm taking her side. What? Am I the arsehole? No. No. She very clearly has very severe PTSD. And also, during the stay at the parents', these motherfuckers straight up lied. Failed to keep their promises. At the end of the day, they end up being the same, like 2 roads leading to the same result. They lied. They promised that the conditions would be ideal, and they didn't keep a single fucking promise. They only cared about themselves, and then they're fucking surprised to find out that, like, yeah, it's almost like actions have consequences. It's almost like they were being serious. It's almost like PTSD is a serious and severe traumatic reaction to horrible events one has in the past, and generally can take years, decades, and in some cases even a lifetime to get over if they ever get over it at all. What are these shitty parents gonna look at a war vet and go, oh, you're just exaggerating, there's no bombs, ha 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 ha, it was just a car engine, pussy. Like, are they gonna pull this same shit with someone like that too? Same condition. It's exactly the same condition. It's a different circumstance, yes, but it is the exact same condition and it has the same type of requirements. Like, the entitlement. I can't stand people like that. I have a little empathy. Have a little empathy. Like, come on. Come on. Just, shitty parents. Absolutely shitty parents. Like, I never understand people who can't look beyond their own 2 feet to actually, you know, recognize that, like, other people have different lives sometimes, and sometimes people require different things to help them cope. It's almost like we're not all the same. Or something. Yeah, exactly, Ace. Yeah. But honestly, I'm really glad she's got her partner, because her partner sounds fucking amazing. Honestly, he sounds like a fantastic partner. And the fact he's willing to stand up for her, he's willing to help her out as best he can. Like, they've got something real good going, and I'm really happy she's got him. And I hope his family can get the stick out of their ass long enough to bloody well clean it, because it's covered in all of the shit that comes out of their mouths. Anyway. Am I the asshole for walking out of the room after my brother told me the name of his baby? I'm only a teenager, but my brother had my brother at 16, making him in his 30s. Ever since I was young, I've always talked about naming my future daughter Scarlet. I don't know why, but I've always adored the name. Every time the topic of babies, names, and children comes up, I always say that my daughter will be called Scarlet. Everyone in my family knows this. And last week, my sister-in-law gave birth to a healthy baby girl, and as you can probably guess, they named her Scarlet. I was really upset at my brother as he knows that this was my top name. I didn't make a big deal about it, I just left the room obviously upset. Scarlet isn't a family name or anything, and my brother has never mentioned liking the name. One time, he even said he wasn't a fan. I asked him why he'd name his daughter that, and he told me to stop overreacting and get over it, and that I don't own the name. I get it doesn't belong to me, but just because I'm a teenager doesn't mean I'm not allowed to have plans for my future. And to clarify, when I say walked out, I didn't storm out or anything like that, I just excused myself. A lot of people are saying that it's common for cousins to have the same name, but not here and in my family. And Scarlet also isn't a common name here. Also, some people are confused. I am a girl, but I'm not 16. No, I'm a bit... I'm not 16. I'm older. Am I the arsehole? No. Ultimately, she's well within her right to feel hurt. Yeah, it's not something she can change. But she's well within her right to feel hurt. She was polite. She didn't cause a scene. You know, she just excused herself to process it on his own. And he's the one who went from 0 to 100, and yeah, exactly, Ghosty Shadow, yeah. He got defensive real fucking quick. Like, oh, interesting. How fascinating. Wow. You fucking stole the name she wanted for her kid, didn't you? Like, if it was a genuine mistake, he wouldn't have gotten defensive. Exactly, Cupid. Yeah. Like, if he'd given her a real reason, she would have been less upset. And the other thing as well, the other really glaring sus thing, it's really interesting she didn't get to find out the baby's name until it was born. That's fascinating, because most couples let people know the potential names of their babies before they're born. Even those who don't know the gender of the baby, within a month of giving birth, they have a name down for each gender, trust me. Like, very few people pop out the kid and still have no fucking clue. It does happen sometimes. You do get panic babies. Pretty sure that's probably why there's a kid out there named Bus Stop. But, like, most people know what name that they want within a month of the baby being born. And this is being generous. A lot know within the first few months. Yeah, there are some weird fucking baby names out there. Anyway, yeah, exactly, Ace, exactly. And it's like, even if you're panicking, there's a lot of names out there, and all he would have needed to do is, if it really was a panic name, if they really hadn't discussed it, if it really was a case of he needed to put a name on the thing's stat and the doctor was being weirdly impatient or some bullshit ass reason, he could have explained that. He could have gone like, oh, we needed to pick a name for our daughter quick, we hadn't really decided on one, so Scarlet just came up and we'd written it down. Like, he would have still come off like a dick, but at least it would have been a dick you can empathize with, you know? But like, he's just come off as a dick. And it really seems like they either A, like, decided on the name a lot earlier and deliberately chose not to tell OP about it until after it was too late, which is shitty and shows just how guilty you are, or B, they were one of those rare couples who had no fucking clue what they were going to call the baby. They had zero ideas. Like, you've got to have zero ideas to fall on the top default of your siblings' top names. Like, you've got to be coming up with nothing if your top names aren't even yours. If you're like, fuck, need a name. My sister likes the name Scarlet. if that's where you're getting your name from, you have no ideas. Like, if it was a panic choice, then he should have just admitted it instead of got his head up his ass. But regardless, just the way he went about it was... I mean, just saying, but like, bitch is sus, and I would 100% shoot him into space in Among Us. Just saying. Like, yeah. And like, it really seems like between the two of them, he's not... If anything, OP's a teenager. He's like in his 30s. It's pretty funny that the teenager is more mature than he is. Huh. Oh yeah, we all panic names sometimes, let's be honest. Like, panic names is fair. And like, I've known people who've like, you know, swapped over names and stuff, who've just, like, I've even known people who, like, they wasn't even a gender thing, they just wanted a different name. Like, you know, it's the 21st century, like, you know, and like, in many cases, the first one you pick is a panic name. Like, fuck it, better than the one I got when I growing up. Yeah, shit, this'll do. And then you kind of refine it later on. Yeah, that's fair. But like, the difference is, when it's genuinely a panic name, you're usually willing to admit it. Usually you're willing to admit it, unless you got a stick up your ass. Like, damn. Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Like, come on. And like, also, Scarlet is like a very, very specific name too. Like, that's like naming your child Indigo, or any other like Chartreuse, or like any other name that's like clearly based on a color. Like, I mean, heck, he could have named his kid Indigo. If he wanted his kid to have a paint name, boom, Indigo, done. Or, I don't know, name the kid Joe. And then you can have, and let's say, like, name the daughter Joe, name the son Hanson. And then when you get the cousins all together, you'd have Scarlet, Joe, and Hanson. Anyway, am I the arsehole for not retaking the family photo since my daughter-in-law was not in it? Worth it. Yeah, honestly, one of my childhood friends, Samurai, did the same thing. She just didn't like they just didn't like their first name. Straight up. Like, no other reason. They just didn't like their first name. So they just picked a name that, like, was similar, but that they liked more. That was it. There's no other thought behind it. I will not retract that pun. I am proud of it. Am I the asshole for not retaking the family photo since my daughter-in-law was not in it? Every couple of years, we get everyone together and do a giant family photo. In total, it's about 40 people. Our last one was in 2018, and we decided to do this again. I organised the whole thing, and everyone was told that small pictures will be done at 4 and the big was at 5. Afterwards, we'd get dinner. The issue is that my son and daughter-in-law were running late. Wasn't a big detail since it was just small pictures. They get here in time for the large picture. I asked everyone to be there on time. I called twice asking if anyone is missing. Everyone lined up, and the photographer takes like 15 minutes of the big picture. Everyone is hungry and hurrying to get food. My daughter-in-law soon comes out asking about the picture. It is around 5:30 at this point. She told me she was in the bathroom fixing her hair while the picture was being taken. She asked me to round everyone up and up again to get a picture. I told her no, that she was late coming to the event and couldn't care enough to actually be on time for the picture. I'm not gathering everyone up again and paying the photographer for an extra hour. He was done and packing up at this point. This caused a huge argument between her and me. My son is demanding I get her in the picture, and I told him to pay someone to Photoshop her in. Am I the arsehole? No! And also, the son basically suggested what I was going to, so thumbs up, son! Yeah, look, if she wants to be in that badly, Photoshop her in. Like, at that point, you've missed the cue, but it's alright. It is the 21st century, and it's the third decade as well. We have Photoshop, and in the skilled hands of a professional, Photoshop does pretty damn good, actually. So, yeah, just pay someone to Photoshop her in. Easy. And if you are going to be forever reminded of the fact that it is, in fact, a lie, oh, that's your fault now, isn't it? Once again, it's almost like actions have consequences. Who would have thought? Yeah. Yeah. And like, also, yeah, be on time. Like, they were very, very clear about the time for a long period. Best of Redditor updates. What are those? If you don't mind me asking. Because I'll admit, that's not a subreddit I'm super familiar with. Like, granted, I tend to float around like 3 or 4 different portals and then call it a day because, like any boomer, I find a comfy seat and I sit in it for eternity. But I know most of the reason I stick with ITA is it always is different every week. Like, you will never, like, if you sort by a week and you give it a week, like, so much stuff goes through ITA, like, you will never have a crossover unless, like, you're doing, like, top of all time or something. Yeah, 100% goes to, yeah. You know what? You're right, Ghosty. There's, like, a lot of, like, baby ITA, and there's, like, a lot of, like, hypocrite ITAs as well. That's actually pretty common. Ah. Well, Anami, if you feel comfortable doing so, could you post the link to that with the suggestions in the Discord? And that way I can have a look at it either after stream or during work tomorrow. Am I the asshole for cancelling a family barbecue after my brother-in-law ran over my car? How the fuck did he run over your car? Is this bitch driving a monster truck? Okay, this all took place last weekend. Family barbecue was supposed to take place. In-laws, extended family, and families coming over and all that jazz. Brother-in-law drives a huge pickup truck. That'll do it, by the way. And I have a 911. Decent size difference. I see them pull in right. Brother-in-law is the driver and he's on his phone. Because of that, he looks right at my car, and as he's pulling in, he's still on his phone. And he hits my car. Guess he thought he was a lot further than he actually was. Well, car's totaled. This is when people are starting to show up too. And I'm basically steaming. I was not in barbecue mood at the time, so I told everyone to take themselves and go home. That's cancelled. Still waiting on the insurance payout. Also, I bought the car just last year, so it's not even paid off. That day, after everyone left, my wife's now mad at me because some of her family drove 3 to 5 hours to come just to be sent home on arrival. And I lost $225,000. I don't care. But my wife seems to, though. So I'm asking here to see if I'm the asshole. Yeah. Ooh, this is a tricky one. This one is pure context. This is perspective. It's like... on one hand, do not blame him at all. Because I wouldn't be in a barbecue mood either if someone like ran over something that was worth more than my entire life. But like, in the specific drawing straws, as he very specifically asked if he's the arsehole for cancelling the barbecue after the brother-in-law ran over his car. Considering that many people drove 3 to 5 hours to come, they had nothing to do with this accident, and they were punished because this guy was a fuckwit who can't keep his eyes on the road. Specifically in the context of his question, yeah, it was kind of a dick move to punish everyone for a one person's hubris. He would absolutely not be the arsehole if he didn't just ban the brother-in-law, but told him to fuck off and never come back. I would be 1000% on his side, even if the brother-in-law was literally banned for life. That would be completely fair. But it isn't fair that a lot of people who had nothing to do with anything were punished because of one dickhead's behavior. I can completely understand that he was not in on the mood. In fact, I also wouldn't blame him if he chose to take himself out of the barbecue. Not cancel it, but just be like, look, I can't. I can't. I'm in shock. I cannot. And just pass the baton to his wife. Like, I could completely understand, because this I will be honest, I cannot comprehend. Like, I've obviously never had any asset in my life that equaled anywhere near $225,000. That is a lot. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Like, I don't think I've ever been in the vicinity of someone who's owned something worth that much. And, like, actively been aware of it. Like, that is a lot of money, and dude clearly has bank, but, like, I know that, say, if some fucker ran over my computer, yep, I think I'd rage quit. I think I would be like, yep, I'm not doing the social event today. Nuh-uh. You can still host it. Everyone is here. They travel, like, they took flights. They traveled a long period. Everyone is here, and I respect that. But I need to fuck off right now, or I might commit a homicide. Let me go. Like, I can empathize with the sheer shock and horror it would be to suddenly lose that much because of some fuckwit's carelessness. I can really empathize with that. And I completely understand why he suddenly wants nothing to do with this event, which basically, you can argue, is the catalyst. But it's not fair to cancel on the event this short notice and essentially punish everyone for one dickhead's hubris. I think the fair option, playing peanut gallery, would have been to get his wife to host the barbecue in his place, and then he can go maybe have a drink down the pub and cry into his pint or something. Like, or just have some alone time, because he absolutely would. It's like, if it was, am I the arsehole for walking out on my family barbecue, that would be a no. I think it's literally just that they cancelled it and blocked everyone from coming in. But, like, apart from that one, like, itty-bitty drawing stores playing specific Pestilence 9000, I can't blame him for being like, I don't want to fucking deal with people right now. I'm nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. And his wife's not exactly being very empathetic either. She's so concerned about how pissed she is that her family is being turned away. She didn't stop to think that, like, her husband is clearly in a lot of emotional pain right now. Like, bro's just kind of had his savings shadow over, like, suddenly in no, like, she's not exactly being awesome either. She's kind of just running pointed fingers and not stopped to think for 2 seconds. Oh, maybe there's a reason he's doing this. So actually, you know what? I will say my official verdict on that particular one is everyone sucks here. Family's innocent, but, like, all of the key characters in that one is the wife, the brother-in-law, and OP. Everyone sucks here. She absolutely should have explained it to the family properly. They absolutely should have had a bit more empathy for him because bro just bro got his car totaled, that is not cheap to fix. And like, and it's like, yeah, compared to a car being totaled, mum and dad having to travel 2.5 hours or 5 hours and getting a little inconvenienced, it's ants in comparison. No one handled it well. He was a dick. She was a dick. The brother-in-law deserves to be banned from driving for eternity. Everyone sucks here. Thank you for the hydrate, stretch, strain, and the flower crown, and thank you for giving me my 6 shades. Varys, I appreciate it. Thank you. Exactly, Sean. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, the only ones who are innocent are the family. It's like, it would have just been L's. They were like, what's going on, what? Thank you for the rose. Oh my god. Am I the arsehole for moving across the country and telling my daughter that they are the reason I am an absent grandparent? So I have 2 grandkids that are 4 and 7. I live about 45 minutes away from them. At the beginning I was still working, so it was hard to make time to visit them. I would go up to visit them and sadly it wasn't fun. I'm not baby crazy and do not want to spend my whole day watching a kid sleep. So I'd stay 2-3 hours before going home. My daughter hated that I wouldn't spend more time and I told her that when they're older we'll bond more. I got in a car accident. It wasn't bad and it wasn't my fault. The sun got in my eyes and I bumped into someone's car. In total, it was like $300 of damage since their car had dents in the back. It was a very minor accident. After that, my daughter forbade me from driving anywhere with her kids. So now when I go up, I can't do anything with the kids. There's only so much I can do in the house and I would have loved to take them out to places. I've asked her to drive down since I live in a walkable area, but no, it's too difficult to get them loaded up and down here. I still tried, but the more she didn't want to visit me, the more I got tired of this. Not to mention she was always on me about not being more involved. I've told her so many times that you don't let me do much with them. My breaking point was last summer. I was babysitting them in the summer and I brought up a kid sprinkler. You connect it to the hose and then the kids run through it on the splash pad. The kids had a great time, but my daughter was pissed since it ruined the grass. The water made mud and the kids running messed up the grass. After that, I just stopped trying. I told her to take her kids to me and she refused. I'm retiring and selling my home. I wish to move near the Blue Mountains, which is across the country. I told all the kids and everyone was happy for me, but my daughter. We got in a huge fight about me being a shit grandparent. And I told her the only reason I am is because of her. She is the reason I'm an absent grandparent. Then she called me a jerk. Am I the arsehole here? Have fun lurking, Sean. Yeah. I can't blame him. Like, he's retiring. She's been a dick to him the whole time. She has not been willing to meet him in the middle at all. Yeah, I don't blame him at the end of the day. I feel a little bad for the kids, but ultimately, like, they can't make any decisions for themselves. And to be completely honest, it's very likely that if they had a choice, they'd go up and visit him. Like, I'll be completely honest. I mean, like, of course, everyone's a little bit biased, and I am not innocent from that accusation, but growing up, my grandparents barely ever visited my dad's place. Even now, like, while I was there. I mean, certainly not when I was living with my mum, of course. Don't blame him for that. But, like, you know, like on the, the weekends, I'd go stay at my dad's. No, they almost never come to my dad. We always went to them. Now, do not get me wrong. We went to my grandparents a lot. Like, I have a very good relationship with my grandparents. And, like, anytime I visit my dad, it's guaranteed I'm going to spend half the time with my grandparents. But it's more like, because, grandparents have this habit of being old and stuff. So, we always went to my grandparents. And so it's kind of like, it's really, like, dude, a bit entitled to, like, never visit them. Like, never visit your grandparent. Like, maybe at least meet him in the middle. Like, there are people whose, like, grandparents would never visit them for various reasons, whether they can or whatnot. Like, dude, come on. Get your head out of your butt. It's stinking. But yeah, absolutely not the arsehole. At the end of the day, he tried everything he could, and she spat in his face, and then got shocked that he wiped the spit off and went, nah, I'm not dealing with this anymore, you're a camel. Stop spitting at me. Yeah, which is fair. And like, do not get me wrong, I adore my grandparents, they're brilliant people. But yeah, like, they never came to visit my dad very often. Now, they did, of course they did sometimes, but like, it was the rarity, because the preference was always going to the grandparents' house, because it was quite common that, like, on, like, visiting grandparents, kind of, because, you know, they're the old, like, you know, they're old. I mean, granted, my grandparents are, like, old grandparents, so, like, they're in their late 80s, but, like, it, like, a common thing would be, like, I'd visit grandparents, and then everyone would just kind of, like, line the dates up, so that on the day we'd all visit the grandparents, everyone would come. So it'd be like, you know, I'd go with my dad and his wife, and then maybe my aunt and uncle would come. And so it would be more of like, we all get together at the grandparents. So kind of like, on the, like, by pure right of the fact that they are the old ones, they kind of get to act as the center point. And like, yeah, and that's pretty normal. And also, I don't blame my dad's house for not being the center point most of the time. Compared to my aunt and uncle and my grandparents, he lives in boring suburban house. My grandparents live in, like, my dad's childhood home. It's you know, it's a nice home. It's in a really good location. Everyone knows where it is in the family. And my aunt and uncle live on a 1-acre property. I love you, Dad, but their places are cooler. And I also know that he never disagrees with that, because he's always willing to go. And, like, of course they come sometimes, but it's like, it's kind of that preference. Like, come on, man. Equivalent exchange, at least a little. If you're never willing to visit, step on a Lego. Oh, 100% go see. Absolutely. Absolutely. Llamas belong in petting zoos, exactly. Oh my god. Something tells me, Sean, you and my aunt and uncle would get along like a house on fire. Yeah, just visit them, come on. Alright. Am I the arsehole for not pretending my girlfriend's plushies are real? Oh, that could imply a lot of things. Whether that's an implication on the girlfriend or him, we will find out. My male 27 girlfriend, female 27, has a lot of plushies. About 30. That's not that many plushies. I'm not a plushie hoarder, but I have met some people with a lot of plushies. 30 ain't that much, trust me. Every morning, she arranges them on her bed, and every night, they go from the bed to the couch, still neatly arranged. One morning, she asked me to put the plushies on the bed and got upset when I didn't arrange them properly. I asked her what the big deal is, since they're going back on the couch at night anyway, but she got upset because she wants them to be comfortable. Every now and then, when we're watching TV or something, she'll ask me to hold a plushie because they need attention. Okay. I'm fine with all this and used to think it was cute, but it's gotten to a point where she wants me to talk to them. She'll pick up a plushie and pretend it's talking to me, and expects me to play along. I'm not into it and mostly just ignore this. But recently she got annoyed at me. She asked me why I don't care about them or talk to them, and I said, "You understand they're not real, right?" And she got extremely upset and yelled at me for being mean and not taking her seriously. Some things to note. She is very stable, has a good job, and is a homeowner. And some of the plushes do have sentimental value. She's had them for decades. But some are just random ones she's picked up from Target or whatever. Am I the arsehole? No. Could have phrased it better. Definitely could have phrased it better. Like, probably would have been better if he'd maybe phrased it like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable or something. Like, if he just, like, you know, kind of, guess the best way to put it is, like, made it come off as a more selfish perspective. So, like, I'm sorry, I'm not really comfortable doing that. Then he'd at least be a bit more cleared. Something tells me the girlfriend would have gotten upset regardless. But, no matter how you look at it, it's very much like, live your best life, but I can understand why he'd be made uncomfortable by that. I can also understand why she'd be upset by just, because he was a bit abrasive, like, you know, his phrasing is abrasive. And also, technically incorrect if we're going to nitpick and be a pest, because, like, them being real is not the problem. It's the fact they're not alive. You could be real and dead. But yeah, like, obviously I know what he was meant. But, like, yeah, like, it very much seems like, hi Gaming22, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it, thank you. Mwah. Yeah, and it's like, if you find personal comfort in talking to your plushies, cuddling your plushies, etc., that's brilliant. It's something that helps you get through your day-to-day, and, like, in this realm, whatever works, you know? Whatever helps you get through the night. That's what matters. Like, we all have something. We all have guilty or not so guilty pleasures that we indulge in to kind of help us get through the day-to-day. And for some people, it's interacting with plushies like their children. That's fine. But I guess you could argue that her crime is, though unintentionally, forcing that onto her partner. That being said, her partner wasn't, like, it seems like the partner kind of kept his discomfort to himself up until this point. So also you can understand why she's taken aback, because from her perspective, it's very likely that this is her way of opening up. And up until this point, he has played along for the most point. So it's kind of a case of, like, well, he's not the arsehole in this particular situation, a bit abrasive but not the arsehole per se. If her crime is forcing her hobby onto him when he is not comfortable with it, his crime is letting it get too far. Because if he had made it clear earlier on that he wasn't particularly comfortable with playing with the plushies, then she likely would have backed off. But the thing is, he indulged her. She'd get him to hold the plushies because they need attention. She'd try to get him to talk to the plushies, and he would indulge, or at least not, you know, dissuade her. And ultimately, he's not innocent in the building of this. So it's kind of, this is very much one of those things where they really need to sit down and talk. Actually fucking talk. As in, don't spend the whole time lying to each other because you think you're gonna hurt the other one's feelings. Actually sit down, talk. She needs to tell him why she needs him to interact with the plushies. She needs to she needs to explain why she expects him to interact with the plushies. Because ultimately that's what's happening. She's upset because she expects him to play along. So her expectations got dashed, and thus, understandably, she lashed out. He played into the expectation. So from her perspective, he's backing out last minute with no real explanation. In fact, he backed out and snapped at her. If you don't have the context, of course you're going to be taken aback. You're going to be surprised. You're going to probably even feel a bit betrayed. So, yeah, he needs to explain to her. He needs to really actually explain his discomfort to her. And he needs to put the boundaries in place, because ultimately this is a case of she's crossing a boundary that she's never even been made aware is there. And he needs to put that boundary in place, because clearly he's not comfortable with it being crossed. And this is one of those, like molehill could potentially turn into a mountain if left alone. But ultimately this is a classic case of, dear God, please fucking talk to your partner. I'm actually begging you. You'd be surprised how much communication helps in a relationship. It's almost like it's the foundation of them or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like communication, communication can be difficult, especially in very delicate issues. But it is a boundary issue, and they really do need to stop and talk about it. But the one good thing is the fact that the boyfriend posted it in the first place shows that he's open to advice. Because at the end of the day, for 99% of these posts, they're almost always posted by people who are open to advice. They're open to discussion. 1% is just full of people who want to be told that they're in the right. They're almost always labeled the arsehole, and it's almost always really funny to watch them get cheesed off in the comments. But most are just people genuinely looking to advice, and they're open to advice. And people who are generally open to advice are open to communication. So I can only hope he's willing to take the advice of the people in the comments, and he actually does communicate with her. And at that point, it would be on her whether she's willing to open up and communicate back with him. Because chances are, if she actually explains why she does what she does with the plushies to him, she may even end up convincing him to give her some leeway in it and actually humor her a little bit. Because if it's a significant coping mechanism, it helps her feel better when she's sad, etc, etc. He may end up being okay, well, I'm not comfortable talking with them, but I can, I can make sure that I put them in the right order on the bed, or little things that won't cross his boundary but will still show that he's open to her. So it's just a case they just need to talk. God, you know what? Compared to some of the fuckwits that we've seen tonight, it's nice that it's a case of just miscommunication for once. But yeah, they both probably could use someone on the outside telling him to get their shit together. Am I the arsehole for telling my dad that it isn't the thought that counts? I'm fully prepared to be called the arsehole. My dad has this habit of offering to get you something, then bringing back something else, or a different version of the same thing. He won't call you and ask what else you want if the item isn't there. He'll just assume you'll be fine with whatever he gets. A few weeks ago, we went out for shopping for groceries as my mum was away. She'd put her favourite dip on the shopping list and wrote down exactly what brand it was. Dad couldn't seem to find the dip, so decided to grab a random green dip and hope for the best. When I pointed out that the dip Mum wanted was on the shelf above, he grabbed it and seemed shocked that he didn't see it. Things like this are a regular occurrence, and we kind of expected to get something different whenever he offers to get us something. He never reads the containers or bottles and just grabs stuff at random most of the time. How does he live? Last night, Dad called me and asked me if I wanted anything from the liquor store as he was grabbing some wine. I said, "Can you please just get me brand in raspberry, please?" He brings home the pineapple flavour and only realises it's wrong when I point it out. Oh, and he also got annoyed when I didn't want to drink it, as I don't like pineapple. He tells me it's the thought that counts, even if he fucked up. That's when I told him that it isn't the thought that counts when you repeatedly get the wrong thing. This started a mini argument where I had to explain to him that he needs to actually take the time and make sure he gets the right thing and call us if he cannot get it. I seem to have hurt his feelings and he told me I was being ungrateful and rude. And to give clarification, these are things he offers to buy, by the way. Am I the arsehole? Does seem like the cool whip again, doesn't it? Oh my god, Cuban. Yeah, absolutely not the arsehole. Like, first and foremost, not the arsehole. Easy as. And to get into, I guess, like, the minutiae of it all as well, the dad seems to be missing something really important that clearly OP tried to explain and didn't, and failed more because of the dad than OP. It is the thought that counts. That is still true. Thank you. With that being said, let me reiterate, it is the thought that counts. So it also counts if it's a shit thought. Like, dude deadass looked OP in the metaphorical eyeballs and said, oh, it's the thought that counts, right? And it's like, yeah. You thought you could save some time by grabbing a random thing off the shelf, and I should be grateful that you got me anything in the first place, despite the fact that you offered. That's a shit thought, Dad. That means that you care less about me than your time, and at that point I would have been better off getting it myself. It's the thought that counts. You are 100% correct. And the thought was shit. You can keep it. I'll do the errand myself. Like, come on. Like, yeah, OP was well within their right to, like, go like, dude, no, if you do this all the time, like, clearly it's not the thought that counts. And it's like the dad's clearly gotten the wrong message from that saying, but it is kind of, I guess, like, the nitpick in my brain finds it kind of hilarious that he's just like, oh, it's the thought that counts, right? Like, yeah, you're right. It is the thought that counts. Fix your thoughts, bitch. Like, bro basically dug his own grave. Like, fucking hell, man. Like, come on. And yeah, it takes, like, the thought that counts is calling OP and going, hey, we don't seem to have your item here. Can I get you a different one? That shows I'm thinking about the person and I really do want to get what they asked. But unfortunately, the shop doesn't have it in stock. That's the thought that counts. Going, fuck it. They asked for a raspberry alcohol and you get there and you're like, shit, any old flavored alcohol will do. Shockingly, people have taste buds that are different. Some people say certain flavors for a fucking reason. That would be like if I'd gone to someone and be like, oh, it's like, I'm going to the shops. What would you like me to get? Oh, can you please get me an apple pie? Sure thing. And then they come back with a pumpkin pie. I fucking hate pumpkin. It's nasty. It's gross and I can't stand it. Respect if you like it. No shade if you like it. But I fucking hate pumpkin. I would 1000% pull a damn face if someone was like, here you go. And I'm like, that's not apple pie. That's pumpkin pie. That's not even the same cat. I would have been happy if you got me a meat pie because while it would have been completely in the wrong ballpark, I at least like meat pies. But I fucking hate pumpkin pie. Yeah, so like, come on, like, yeah, exactly, Nova. It's like, don't get peanut butter, you've got an allergy. And so they go and get you peanut butter, and you're like, dude, I said no peanut butter. And they're like, oh, well, I couldn't find Nutella. And I'm like, wow, it's almost like they're different fucking colors or something. Maybe just go for something else that's not peanut colored. Like, dude. And like, we all have different tastes. As though, like, rest assured, Shannara, at least I know where to send any pumpkin pies anyone accidentally sends me. Yeah, exactly, Cupid. Yeah, like people, like yes, there are plenty of people out there who get pissy about brands for stupid reasons, like, oh no, it's brand name, it's better, and it's like, yeah, not necessarily. However, if someone asks for a very specific brand, they generally ask for a reason. If they ask for a specific flavor, they ask for a reason. And at the end of the day, if you are running an errand for someone and they don't have what you want to get them, call and contact them. Or if you really don't have the time to call them, get them the closest thing that actually fits the description. It's one thing if it's occasional, but if it's every single time, you're being a twat. I'll send you the home brand Cool Whip. Oh my god. It's like someone going, I need gluten. It's like, oh, can I have some gluten-free pasta? Sure. Here's some milky gluten-filled gnocchis. Like, wow, fuck you, I'm going to die now. Like, goddamn. Lamau goes the. Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay nay. Oh my god. Alright. Reloading my metaphorical guns. Just saying, in my 2.0, yes, I have figured out how to have an It's Raining Pepsi toggle. You'll have to wait until July 6th to see that one. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no, I'm saving that. If you would like to see it rain peppers, you will have to wait until my debut. Oh, absolutely. It's in the VTube Studio FX. You can have custom images or assets in the effects raining down. Just saying, it looks sick and hilarious at the same time. I'm thinking of having it rain peppers every time a hydrate is redeemed. That sounds fun. What kind of isekai skill is that? I went to another world, but my only power is making it rain soda. So then I became the soda god. You'll find out, dear Tika. Get Rain Man every hydrate. I mean, technically, I could set up a few different effects presets so that it rains different things during hydrates. Mr. Peppers, fall from the sky, ha 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 ha, here comes the Peppers, I'm screaming, God, why, ha 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 ha. All of the cans are denting our heads, ha ha ha. Turns out the metal is deadly instead. Oh, Mr. Peppers. Rain from the sky. Oh, motherfucker, God, shit in my eye. It's Blazzaga and Pepper's Club. my god. Doing expansion Pepsi Man FB sequence. Oh my god. Oh yes. There's another effect that I've actually successfully pulled off that I'm not going to show you to my debut because I want you guys to actually show up. Alright, so remember the liquefy effect? That's going to be on the badges that go out for, you know, the liquefy effect in Clip Studio. That makes things look really cursed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I figured out how to make that live. As in, on my model, on command, at the toggle. Oh, you can do so much with VTube Studio effects. Oh! It looks so cursed. Oh god, it looks terrible. I cannot wait to show you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, Lasty.
Please don't liquidify me.
It's alright, the one getting liquefied will be me. Holy shit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's like the best part is like I can do like fisheye and stuff, but I won't liquefy because it's like extra funny. I swear, when I discovered that I could do liquefy live on command in VTube Studio, I learned what joy was. And it made me so happy. Let's just say I got creative. Oh no, Ghosty. Rest assured, this is in VTube Studio. It doesn't affect the model's file size. Which means I can do what I want. Oh, come now, dear Sean. Don't you love a little shenanigans? You it? Oh my god. So it's like, let me. So it's like, while I won't visually spoil them, just to titillate effects. So the effects. Alright, so I've got a cool pink glowy effect. Basically, I can turn into a shadow where the only thing you can see are my eyes. I'm going to have a rain toggle, so you can literally make it rain on my screen like it's literally raining. I've got one that turns me into a pixel person, so I've got a pixelate toggle, which looks sick as fuck. Turns me into like some JRPG shit. Ow, that was a wheelbarrow. A cool chromatic one, that one's pretty tame. Of course, raining peppers, the liquefy, and one that makes me extremely shiny. I look forward to showing them to you. Oh my god. Oh yes, actually there is one. There is one more. That I really look that there is a toggle. Well, I say a toggle. It's an asset that I managed to jerry rig into perfection. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you could summon Lloyd Face on command? Let's just say, well, do I need to say anything? There is going to be a Lloyd redeem. It sticks a piece of paper with Lloyd on it, and the best part on my face, and the best part is it is technically a live 2D asset, so it wiggles. I do hope you enjoy the sheer happiness this asset brings me. And thank you so much, Ghosty, for creating the Me as Lloyd fan art. I promise to use it wisely. Though, like, if you want, considering it is just an asset and the full effect doesn't really sell until you see it on my other model, I can show you what it looks like. Or would you like to retain the surprise until the big day? Because it is the word you've seen before. Alright. Okay, where are we? Alright, live to assets. Okay. This one. Alright. Alright. And wait. Alright, and let me actually stick it to the face. Right, and right, so it's not actually moving with the face on this model, but it moves with the face on my 2.0 model. It flap in the wind. Trust me, it sticks perfectly. It sticks perfectly on the 2.0 model. It tracks with the face. It is. It looks great. I intend to make that a redeemable chat. Oh my god. Know that your art is gorgeous and I adore it in every single way. This is why you put the 180 degree ring. Yeah, for extra Lloyd versatility. Look, we need to pay respect to the true Lord of Face. And it's like some redeems I plan on setting up is I'm going to have a clothing randomization redeem. And the way that one will work is it'll either turn on or off a random piece of clothing. And by random piece, it'll either be jacket, robe, necklaces, crop, one of those sets. So basically, paper doll me, baby. This is why my model's so fat. So there's going to be outfit gacha, and by that I mean take off clothes gacha. Of course, titty redeem. Snoodle will actually be made part of the model. I say will be made, has been made part of the model. So whenever Snoodle will be summoned, now Snoodle will actually be summoned on my shoulder in talk. Oh my god. But yes, it's like I'm still setting up quite a few of the other things. Oh yes, Sean. I've put in some jiggle physics. I may not bazunga zunga like a plate of jello, but I do get a little bazunga. It jiggles. No, Ghosty, no! Your masterpiece we must respect! They're like, please let me know if you truly are uncomfortable with me using that as the part of the asset. I will happily draw a Lloyd of my own to put on there because Lloyd's not going anywhere. But like, I truly love the Lloyd picture you did for me. It gives me so much dopamine. So of course I will absolutely credit you for it. And yes, Ghosty, I will give you the artist badge specifically for that. Moi. Wear it with pride. You've contributed a masterpiece. Nom nom nom. Mwah. Good night, Nova. Sweet dreams. Alrighty. Am I the asshole for refusing to go back to my parents' house as long as my sister is still living with them? I'm 19 female in college, and when the semester finished a couple of weeks ago, I'd planned to stay with some friends. But my parents told me they wanted me to come home so bad, and I should spend some time with my family, them and my 15-year-old sister. So I went home for summer break. I didn't really want to be there, because I feel like my parents spoil my younger sister, and I find it so annoying, and her attitude can just be really annoying, but they're family, you know. It lasted 3 days when I found out my sister had put a camera in my room. I was so mad, and my sister told me I was being such a drama queen, and there's nothing wrong with getting some footage of me. She tried to claim it was no different from home movies. My parents were telling me to calm down while I confronted my sister, and they acted like she was a baby who didn't get what she was doing, when she's old enough to know so much better, and she's old enough to be taught at the very least. I ended up deleting all the stuff I found of me on my sister's laptop, and then I went to my friend's place like I'd originally planned. My parents thought I was just gone for the night, but I told them I wasn't coming back. They gave me a few more days. When they realized I was serious, they told me I need to come back to have sometimes. Back home sometimes, and in the heat of the anger I was still feeling, I told them I won't go back to their house as long as my sister still lives with them. What I really should have said, and what I do feel, is that there's no point for me to go back to them anymore when they value her way more than me, and don't seem to give a shit about me. Because seriously, acting like it was no big deal for what she did, it was so fucking gross. My parents told me I shouldn't talk that way about my younger sister, and I'm throwing a toddler's tantrum instead of responding to all of this like an adult should. Am I the asshole? Bro. No. Your 15-year-old sister, that's old enough to know it's fucky, your 15-year-old sister put a hidden camera in your room to film you and restoring the footage on her laptop. That is an invasion of privacy at best and incredibly creepy at worst. It doesn't matter that she's 15. That's not something you do to anyone, let alone your siblings. That's really fucked up. Like, dude, like, in your room, you get changed, you know, take care of yourself. You, in your lower states, isn't like, the fuck was she expecting? Like, it's just really fucked up on like every level. Like, just the red flags in my brain are going insane. That is incredibly inappropriate behavior. And the fact that the parents backed the kid is insane. Don't teach your child it's okay to put secret cameras in people's rooms. That's fucked up. It's giving creep. It's giving psychopath. It's giving sex pest. I don't know. It's giving really, really, really not good, very bad, nuh-uh, get the fuck away from me. I can't blame her for going, nope, 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 fuck this, I'm out, nope. Because I would also be like that. Like, my sister would absolutely never do anything like that, because she's sane. But, like, if I found out that she had done something like that to me, or my mom had done something like that to me, or if anyone did, I would be out so fucking fast. That would be the last time I would ever feel even remotely safe staying with those people. It would be like, nope, that's it, I'm out. Like, I've had my privacy invaded before. It's horrifying. But, like, I haven't had as far as I'm aware, I've never had a secret camera stuck in my room. That's fucked beyond compare. Like, bro, no, nuh-uh, fucked up, not good, very bad, cannot blame her for fucking off. Absolutely not the arsehole. She's, honestly, it would be weird if she didn't. Yeah. Exactly, Samurai, yeah. Really, yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah. And it's just, like, it's really fucked up. Like, incredibly negligent at best. At best, incredibly negligent. But at worst, like, criminal offense. Like, like, damn, like, no. Oh, no. I would not be surprised if OP never stays in the same house as that sibling again. I would not blame them either, because I sure as hell wouldn't be comfortable with it. Yeah. And to play the victim when caught is just so irritatingly immature. Like, Jesus Christ, just nuh-uh, nope, no, wait, 9. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to please get the hell out of the way? I was raised to always be helpful and polite. I like to hold the doors open for people, as an example. I always treat my wife with respect. She's a good person, but even if she weren't, I'd still do it. She has been trying to be like me lately, and it's driving me nuts. She cannot understand the time cup rule that 2 bits of matter cannot occupy the same space. She will hold the door open for me, then stand in the way. When I hold the door for her, I stand to the side so she can pass. She can't seem to get this concept. I have had to start traveling for work, and she drives me to the airport. I could Uber, but she said that she likes the drive. We always stop for breakfast on the way, so it's a way for us to sneak in one more date before I'm gone for a while. So I will have my backpack on and my rolling luggage in my hand. She will open the door to go through and hold the storm door. But she will fully stand in the way. I have explained the concept of standing to the side. I asked her to please just go through and I will deal. I've tried leaving before her so I can deal. I've even tried just standing inches away as she holds the door and I cannot move forward. Nothing works. I was in a hurry yesterday because my flight was changed. We could still stop for breakfast, but we didn't have much leeway. And she would not get out of the way. So I just lost my cool and asked her to please get the hell out of the way because I need to get to the car. She's mad at me and has brought up my rudeness at both our calls ever since she dropped me off. I think I've been very patient and she should have taken the hint before now. Am I the asshole? Hi, hello. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. And welcome to the Uncanny Valley. But as for this one, no. I can't blame him, honestly. Like, the fact that, like, he has explained to her before that she needs to stand to the side if she opens doors. And she's still not doing it. There really is nothing more he could do. It would be one thing if he hadn't talked to her at all about it and the first words out of his mouth concerning it were, get the hell out of the way. But considering he has tried to explain what sounds like at least once, but probably several times in the past, to, you know, like, if you open the door, like, make sure to, like, can you stand to the side so I can go through? And she's still not getting it, then unfortunately it really is one of those cases where you kind of do need the metaphorical cold cup of water to the face to realize, I'm being inconvenient. It sounds like her heart's in the right place, but her body clearly isn't. Yeah, it seems like this is one of those ones where they really need to sit down and talk and, like, talk. Because clearly, trying to talk without being completely blunt isn't working. Like, they need to sit down and talk. Like, just straight up, he needs to say, dead, flat, no bullshit, no talking around it, no hinting, no between the lines. He needs to say, I do not like it when you open the door for me and stand in the way. I find it annoying. He has to say something like that. It'll certainly hurt to hear, but it sounds like she is not getting any other message, so he has to be blunt. Kind, but blunt. And she has to tell him that, you know, like, the fact that, like, he doesn't go, please get out of the way, it seems like he just stands in front of her. So she's well within the right to turn and go, well, like, if you just stand in front of me and don't say anything, I don't know what you mean. You need to be clearer. If you want me to move, you need to say it. Because clearly that's what's happening. She'll just stand in the door. She doesn't, yeah, she's got the spirit, but she's very confused. And I think they just need to be blunt with each other. Like, just hands down, like, in his case, like, you need to move. And in her case, you need to open your mouth and actually say if you want me to move. Like, heart's in the right place, head's still stuck in the door. Oh my god. Alright. Let's see. Thank you for the care package. I appreciate it. Exactly, Sean. Drop that ball. Alrighty. Now, I think this next story will probably be my last one for the night. because I gotta get up early again. I've had to be at work 8 a.m. for the past 2 days, and I've got to do it again. And it's like, no, I'm a night owl. You don't understand. Welcome, Ella Frostbite. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So, this dear story here, I have specially picked it because what's an r/am I the arsehole night without a bit of shit? Am I the arsehole for walking away from my pregnant wife on the beach? So we parked the car at the beach, which is about 100 meters away from the sea, and started walking up. My wife's almost 7 months pregnant and is quite a slow walker. I pulled ahead about 15-20 meters to get a lay of the land and to see how busy it was, etc. My wife claims when I pulled ahead I didn't turn back to check she hadn't fallen over once. I wasn't that far ahead, and I could have easily heard her if anything had happened. I think she's just being unreasonable because it doesn't seem like a big deal. We have a very good relationship. We rarely fight, but this seems to have really gotten under her skin. Am I the arsehole? Edit. We're on holiday in a foreign country and it's significantly hotter than the temperature we're used to. I'm also 6'4" and she's 5'1". How's that relevant? Okay. I'm glad to hear you're well. Fuck yeah, let's go. And I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Yeah, this guy is a dick. And it's a bit smooth game. What? I love how, like, his rebuttal to people going, you're an asshole, dude, is like, I'll have you know, the temperature's kind of hot, and also, I'm really tall and she's really short, so... And you're like, that's not the issue. It's like, it's the equivalent of, like, he dumped hot water on her lap, and then people are like, dude, if you dump hot water on someone's lap, it's gonna hurt, you're a dick. And he responds with, well, yeah, but, like, I have a Facebook account, and she has a Twitter account, so... And you're like, the fuck's that got to do with anything? Okay, I acknowledge that you are a tall asshole, are you happy? Like, alright? Like, good for you. Good for you. Bro, what? That is the lamest edit I've read to date. Yeah, it's like, dude, you're an asshole. I'll have you know I'm 6'4". It's like, okay, you're a really big asshole. Oh dear God! All right, I kind of want to see if he's like being shitty in the comments. All right. Okay, all right. This is from him. The general consensus seems to be that I am indeed the arsehole. I talked to my wife about it, and she's told me now how frustrating it is not being able to keep up with me, and how she's really starting to feel the later stages of her pregnancy. I confess I did not fully consider how me going ahead was impacting her, and how it was making her feel. I love my wife, and I'll be taking extra care of her going forward. To all the long-legged people like me reading this, don't rush ahead. Why'd you put that in the comments, man? That should have been the edit, not the, I'll have you know that I'm tall. Bro! That should have been in the edit. That's important context, man. Oh my God. Like, absolutely arsehole, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting himbo vibes from this one. I don't know about you guys, I could be a bit delulu, but like, I'm getting smooth brain from this one. Like, his brain is smooth. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, okay. Congrats, you're tall. You're just a tall dick then? Oh my God. Thank you for the follow, Ella Prosper. I appreciate it. Thank you, darling. And welcome to the Uncanny Valley. Mwah. Oh my god. I think I'm going to be giggling about that all night. Just, what a rebuttal. Yeah, I'm a bad. I didn't know you at all. That changes everything. Oh my god. Alright, alright. Alright, you know what? Just because that was short and also baffling. I will read one more. I'll read one more. And I have specifically hunted out something tagged with asshole. So this should be good. Yeah, exactly, Reader. That was a nothing burger with extra sauce. However, it was tall sauce. And a short burger. Am I the arsehole for forcing my family to eat healthy? I, 44 female, have 3 kids. 16 male, James, 15 female, Liana, and 12 female, Sarah. James is 5'9", about 160 pounds, which is perfectly healthy. Liana is 5'5", and at 149 pounds, which seems pretty normal. And I'm not concerned because she and James are both very active. However, Sarah is only 5'2" and weighs about 155, and she refuses to participate in sports and such because it makes her feel self-conscious. To try and counter this, I've taken to making much healthier, lighter meals, taking away soda and unhealthy snacks like potato chips and snack cakes, and taking family walks after dinner. One incident being, this week, Liana had 6.5 hours of dance practice a day, it's a special prep camp, and became upset because I packed her a lunch instead of allowing her to go out and eat during her lunch break. I packed her a salad and a few turkey wraps most days, along with a few sides like hard-boiled eggs. I gave her enough food to have energy during practice, but she became mad because the dance team at her school has a habit of all going out to eat in small groups and sometimes as one big group and basically carb loading and eating all the junk food they want during intensive weeks/days like these because all the calories will burn off anyway. My husband, 44 male, took her side. My husband says it's unfair to be so strict on James and Liana, who are much more active than Sarah is. He told me I shouldn't be expecting my more active children to eat the same diet as Sarah, and that I was setting unfair expectations among my eldest 2 children. In addition, he told me that I shouldn't be completely banning sweet treats from the house, because James and Liana knew how to eat them in moderation. My husband told me that I was going to make James and Liana resent me for this, and I rebutted by saying that it was unfair for us to expect our obese child to diet by herself, and this argument continued on. Am I the arsehole for forcing my whole family to eat healthy? Well, you're just an arsehole, period. Dude! I mean... 55 is not that big. What? Thank you for the hydrate. God, that is fucked up. Fat shaming your own 15-year-old kid. Jesus. And it's like the husband's take wasn't very good either. His take wasn't, hey, you shouldn't, you know, fat shame your kid and stick him on like some kind of military diet. It was, no, you should just fat shame that one. The other 2 can have snacks. They're not fat. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Oh, those poor kids. Yeah, they're kids. Like, jeez. Just, yikes. 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 Oh, now, there's some asshole parents. Oh my god, these kids are gonna hate them when they grow up. If they don't grow up to be pricks either. Yeah. Like, come on, like, and the thing is, it's like, quote unquote, this week, Liana had 6.5 hours dance practice a day. She's going to the dance practice. She's not fighting it. She's not complaining about 6.5 hours of intensive exercise a day. She clearly enjoys dance. Or just doesn't want to deal with her tyrannical mother's bullshit. Her complaint was it wasn't fair that she was essentially being ostracized because mummy kept making her eat fucking lettuce and eggs while everyone else got to go to the restaurant or got to go out to eat. Like, bro, she's fine. Like, what? Yeah, exactly, Ella. Like, what the fuck? I'm just baffled, but in a completely different way. Like, damn. Oh my god, that poor kid. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is as well, is like, different people have different bodies. And for some people, it's very easy to keep weight off. Some people, it's very difficult to put weight on at all. Doesn't matter how healthy they are. With some people, they have a very hard time losing weight. Their healthy weight does sit at a higher level than others. And with others, it's different. Like, everyone's got a different body. Like, there is a chance, if she's doing 6.5 hours of intensive exercise a day, it's very likely that she's probably got a body type that leans more towards muscle building. Because, like, this dumb fucking mum and dad both seem to forget something really important. Muscles ain't free. Muscles weigh, you know. If your daughter is capable of doing 6.5 hours dance practice a day, and clearly not complaining about the exercise, just the ostracization, there is a good chance maybe she's just musclier. Maybe she's got more muscles than the other kids. Because the boy is like, what, 5'9", 160 pounds. That's fine. But I can guarantee if he had, like, muscles on him, he'd be heavier than that. And the other one's a kid. Like, what? Just... Dude. Like, come on. This is stupid. She could just be musclier. She could just prefer a different lifestyle. Like, and the other thing as well is, I'm sorry, your 12-year-old doesn't need to be physically attractive. Let her be fucking 12. Alright? Yeah, just... Oh, the ick on this one, man. Like... At least, like, the last one, I kind of wanted to pet the dude and just be like, you're dumb, but you can learn. This couple, I want to throw right in the pit. Just, oh, just the squick. The squick. Like, leave the kid alone. And also, she's not fucking obese. What the fuck? It's messed up, man. That poor kid, yeah, is absolutely going to grow up with an eating disorder, or at least severe body dysmorphia and just general lack of self-esteem. Because, like, hell, just being around a parent who comments on their own weight all the time is enough to fuck up a kid's perception of weight. Like, even if the parent is not commenting on the kid's weight, if they are commenting on their own weight all the time, the kid will still develop a complex. Kids are sponges like that. This kid hasn't developed a complex. I would put genuine money on the fact the kid's already got one. The kid's had a complex for a good while now. And I laugh, but it's kind of like, ha ha, ah, kind of laugh. Like, just, oh, that poor kid. No one deserves that crap. Just, no, like, she's a kid. No. Man, someone in the comments, like, gave, like, a full, like, massive dot point list of why they're a prick. Good. Good. Yep. But, like, pretty much everyone unanimously is going, you're the arsehole. Dude, fix your shit. Just shakes head, man. Like, absolutely shocking. Yeah, Samurai. Yeah. Yeah, like, humans are different. Just as some people struggle losing weight, some people struggle gaining it. It's like, I know that my IRL body type is, I'm someone who gains muscle easier than others. Granted, I am a lazy art twink, but like, I'm the kind of person where, like, my default is stronger than average for someone who is like full, you know, mini noodle. But like, I'm the kind of person where if I actually bothered to put in the time, and let's be honest, if I wasn't a cheap bitch, I could go to a gym. It's all because I'm a cheap bitch, let's be honest. But like, when I do go to gyms, I gain muscle easier than others. Like, I'll have friends go to the gym with me, and like, I will go up on the muscle scale faster than my peers, because my body is just more adaptive to gaining muscle. However, on the downside, of course, like, I'm not a big person by any means. I'm tiny. I'm like, I don't know, 65, 70, around that area in the kilogram range, because my free muscles. And because it's free muscles, like, and because it's like, I'm the kind of person where like, I can, without doing any exercise whatsoever, I can easily fling around like, I don't know, 15, 20 kilos per arm. So like, that's just genetics. But I don't have an easy time losing weight. I do have to be a bit careful about what I eat, because I can gain it quickly, and I struggle a bit to lose it. So I just kind of, but I don't have a huge appetite anyway, so I end up balancing out just by sheer existence. So like, yeah, but like, whereas I've had friends who are a lot like you, Samurai, where like, they can like eat anything, and like, they are just forever twink. Like, forever like twink. They can't gain muscle, like, they have a hell of a time trying to gain even the slightest bit of muscle, and like, no matter what they eat, they pack on barely any weight. And that's just called fucking body types, man. Like, that's just humans. Like, some of us have an advantage in one area and a disadvantage in the other. That's kind of the balance. Like, come on. That's kind of just what it is. Like, and people like placing these unhealthy expectations on kids, on people, I think it's dumb. Like, come on. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you have your mobility, if you are healthy enough to like get by, you're physically healthy, and you don't eat 100% crap, you're good. Like, you don't have to look like a magazine model, because honestly, most of them are miserable. That's my opinion. My big opinion is like, most, not all, but most models or hot people you see, like, they are under grueling regimens. A lot of like male models, men in movies, etc., are on grueling exercise regimens where they're exercising 6, 7, 8 hours a day just to keep these fresh, fit, body-ready physiques. And the same goes with a lot of the women in the modeling easily. Like, a lot of them have very significant eating disorders and things like this. And yeah, and like, you know, severe dehydration is a major thing. And so it's like, it's not worth trying to look like the photographs, because that life sounds like hell. Just so long as like, you take care of your health enough that you're not falling ill all the time, you get enough sleep, you eat at least like 30% vegetables. I'm being realistic. We're on Twitch. But like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, it's, so long as you got your mobility, so long as you've got your basics, and like, this is your basics for your own status quo as well, we're all different, then
what's it to other people to tell you whether you're hot or not? Ultimately, everyone is someone's type. Everyone's someone's type. Every single person here, someone would find you the hottest shit since sliced bread. Regardless of what you think of yourself. Even if you look in the mirror and go, bleh, or meh, no, it doesn't matter what your reaction is, I can tell you straight up, the only thing your reaction to your own body tells you is whether you are attracted to yourself. That doesn't mean shit. You don't get to pick what other people decide. Like, there are plenty of people who would look at you and think you are like the ultimate snack, the dream, the god tier, the top tier, the number one, like the kind of people where like they would like lose their minds getting to be around you. And of course, you wouldn't find yourself to be the top shit because you're around yourself 24/7. I can tell you that, like, yo, I think if we're around anyone 24/7, you kind of want to kill them a little bit. Yeah, exactly, Ghosty. Like, imagine being in, like, close contact with someone, like, around someone 24/7. You could adore them with every fiber of your being, but if you never get a second of alone time from them, let's be honest, small part of you wants to punch them. They could be the most amazing person on the planet, small part of you wants to punch them. Because that is your relationship with yourself. You are around yourself 24/7. And let's be honest, it's in all of us. No matter how much we love ourselves, no matter how much we hate ourselves, no matter where on the scale we lie, small part of us wants to punch our reflection sometimes. But that's because we're the equivalent of...
All of you followers are wonderful and pretty, but Aether is the most shiny.
Oh, thank you, dear Tika. Mwah. So, even though these are just words from a anime boy on the internet, know that in the realm of attraction, it's subjective. Which is a fancy way of saying to someone in the world. In fact, I would be willing to bet to a large group in the world. You're hot shit. And the only thing that your reaction to your reflection tells you is whether or not you are part of that group. That doesn't mean you get to dictate what the group says, though. So, aka... yo, sexy son. And if you're on the asexual spectrum, then in that case, you're emotionally sexy, son. Inclusion, bitch. Oh my god. But yes. I think this cursed dog shit ass Aether is perfect for ending it for tonight. Oh my god. Alright. Alrighty, alright. Let's see. Happy Skaluru no Jitsa. Ooh. Right, having a clicky. Ooh. Alright, I found a target. Alright, perfect. And I've gotten a really weird ad. Alright, that's the peanut on a skateboard. Alright. Exactly higher. But yes, thank you guys so much for joining me for my stream tonight. I've had a fantastic time reading these wonderful
cursed Gosfield post to you guys, and I couldn't ask for a better peanut gallery, which is fitting because I just saw the ad with the peanut butter and the skate park. It's very weird, but yes. With that being said, let me set up the raid. Alright. Do. Right there. Raid. There we go. Alrighty, and... But yes, to those who have joined me for the first time tonight, welcome. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming. And of course, to those who came back to hang out for some goals again, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. It's always a joy to hang out with you guys and all the hugs and kisses and gross and friendly nonsense in the world. You know I adore you bastards. But yes, so my next stream will be on Thursday at 8 PM ADT, so take the current time minus 3 hours, and that will be in 2 days' time. And we will be playing Final Fantasy, I believe. So, basically, we're going to go around, hoe ourselves after everyone in view, and commit lots of quests, and just hang out, really. But yes, I hope everyone here has a fantastic evening, morning, noon, or night. Thank you again for joining me for my stream tonight. I hope you all have a lovely rest when you do pass the fuck out, or have a lovely rest of your day for those on the other side of the planet. Now, I am going to take my own advice and get ready to pass the fuck out myself, so I can get up at nasty o'clock in the morning to go be a good boy and make some rent. Night, guys, and raiding in 3, 2, 1.